Boy, 16, killed man in street with a single punch. A 16-year-old boy has admitted killing a man in the street with a single punch. The teenager, who cannot be named for legal reasons, punched John Watt on the cheek, knocking him over where he smashed his head on the road. Mr. Watt suffered skull fractures and a bleed on the brain and died 14 hours later when his life support machine was switched off. The 16-year-old today pleaded guilty to culpable homicide over the killing of Mr. Watt, from Dundee. The High Court in Glasgow heard the one-punch attack took place at Albert Street, Dundee on January 7 at around 3:30 am. Prosecutor Lindsay MacDonald said, "The accused has no previous convictions." Mr. Watt, who is survived by a former partner and a son and daughter, had been drinking in the Abode pub and then Rewind nightclub on the night of the assault. He left the nightclub just before 3 a.m. and started walking home, but in Albert Street he got into a shouting match with the accused boy and a group of other teenagers. They were leaning out of the window of a flat in the street and shouting threats, the court heard. CCTV footage shown in court showed the victim gesturing to fight as he stood outside the flat for around 6 minutes. He then walked away with his hands in his pockets. As he walked away, the group came out of the flat and started running after Mr. Watt. He was punched in the face by the accused teen as soon as he caught up with the 50-year-old father. The teen ran away after the assault, as Mr. Watt lay on his back in the road, blood seeping from his head wound. A passing taxi driver spotted him and dialed 999. Mr. Watt was taken to Nine Wells Hospital in Dundee, where a court scan revealed he had sustained multiple skull fractures and bleeding on the brain. The cause of death was attributed to skull and brain injuries. When questioned by police, the teenager initially claimed he never left the party flat, but then admitted he had gone outside. The accused also tried to blame 2 others for the assault. He told police, "He was only hit once and it was just a straight fall. The boy's legs just collapsed. He banged his head on the floor. It sounded like a bad bang. His head smashed off the floor and he was out." Men injured in stabbing outside Nando's in High Street, Kensington. More than 500 children needed mental health care after Grenfell Tower fire. Chloe Elling vindicated after man convicted of kidnapping and drugging her. Defense QC Mark Stewart said, "The accused was extremely shocked when he discovered how serious this was and pleaded guilty at the earliest opportunity. There was a blow to the cheek that propelled Mr. Watt backwards. It was not the punch but the propelling backwards that caused the injuries. There was no bruising to his face. The force of the punch did not cause the injury, it was the fall." Judge Lord Mulholland told the teenager, "You have pled guilty to a very serious matter. You punched his man, causing catastrophic and unsurvivable injuries." The teenager will be sentenced next month.